So good morning. This is your gentle flow and your kind of deep stretch. We're going to start off in a seated position, so that could look like just crossing your legs. Some of you have a half or a full lotus practice. Don't worry about that if you don't even know what I'm talking about. Just cross your legs and sit crisscross applesauce, right? And then I want you to start your practice off with a good posture. So the way you do anything is typically the way you do everything. So if you can start off here, rooting down through your sits bones. Stack your vertebrae one on top of the other so that it creates a staircase, right? And then you lengthen your spine, pull your belly in and up, roll your shoulders back and down. Allow for your heart space to lift a little bit higher than what probably feels natural. We walk around a lot all day kind of hiding it, right? And then let your collarbones feel like they're broadening. So you might even equate this kind of with like a proud, prideful chest, right? Lifted, but not overarching and sticking it out. And then your chin is neutral, and the crown of your head reaches up towards the sky. You could close down your eyes or just take a soft gaze to something right in front of you. But let your belly pull in and up and your shoulders soften down. We're going to start off this morning just with Samavriti Pranayama, which is your even breath. So the inhale and the exhale match both in duration and intensity. So you might equate this to something like a 4-count inhale and then a 4-count exhale. So go ahead and empty out your lungs so that we can all start off together. And then inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, reach your arms out and up. And on the exhale, bring your hands down to heart center. Let your thumbs press in towards your sternum. Relax your shoulders back and down. Stay here for a moment and notice the quality of your mind. After focusing on the breath for just 3 minutes, and being completely present with your inhale and your exhale, the mind typically feels a little bit calmer, relaxed, focused. Not always, but sometimes. And then flicker open your eyes, release your hands. This is a perfect spot to turn on the music if that's what you're going to do. You can also just practice in silence, right? Just listening to your breath. But you do you, right? Softly unravel your feet. Let's come into our child's pose. So bring your big toes to touching, your knees out to the side edges of your mat, and then sit your hips back towards your heels as you reach your fingertips full. Now you're going to allow your forehead to come down to the ground if that's possible for you. I kind of leave my head just slightly lifted so that you can hear me. So if you're looking at me, this isn't exactly, you want to be here. But so that I can talk, I kind of have to turn my face to the side and lift a little bit. And your eyes can be closed. On your inhale, let your belly kind of hang down towards the mat. Really relax and rest your digestive organs. And then on your exhale, draw your navel in and up. Squeeze everything in. And then you inhale, the belly drapes back down in between your inner thighs, kind of falling towards your mat. Everything resting. And then you exhale, draw everything back up. As you inhale, walk your fingertips a little bit closer towards the top of your mat. And on the exhale, walk your hands all the way over to the right, starting off thumb next to thumb. If you're feeling open in the left side body today, you could take your left palm and press it on top of the right hand. It's just extra though. Make sure that doesn't create any additional tension, right? It's just opening more, but it feels comfortable. And then you inhale, slide your hands through center. And on the exhale, walk your hands all the way over to the left and open up through the right side body. Take a deep inhale and feel how the right side ribcage bands open. The distance increases between the top of your right hip crease and the bottom of your right shoulder blade. On your next inhale, slowly walk through center. And then as you exhale, press up into your box pose. Stack your shoulders, your elbows, your wrists, your knees underneath your hips. Spread your fingers wide and let the webbing between your thumb and your forefinger press down into the ground. And then as you inhale, belly down towards the ground, lift your chin, lift your tail. And on the exhale, reverse that movement. Arch your upper back, dome out your shoulder blades, and take your navel towards your spine. Feel how that lengthens through your low back. And then you inhale, belly down. Your heart presses between the upper arm bones. And exhale, belly up, tuck your chin. Last round, inhale, belly down. Exhale, belly up. And then on your inhale, come back to your box pose, so your neutral spine. And as you exhale, kind of sway your right hip over to the right. Inhale back to center. Exhale, left hip to the left. And you start this swaying side to side. You might start to notice that the right hip moves right, the left shoulder moves forward. Left hip to the left, right shoulder, moves forward. And then from there, you could even go into full-on body circles, taking your hips around, getting a little bit into the wrists, and find some fluid motion with your body, right? It's early in the morning-ish. I mean, I know it's already 9, but you know what I mean. So you haven't walked around a lot unless you've already exercised today. And Maggie, I'm talking to you. So feel out what you need to feel out, but know that if you haven't been super active yet, it might feel a little bit tighter than it normally would. All right, so come right back here to center. Now, root your left palm into the ground. As you inhale, float your right palm up to the sky. Fingertips are reaching. Now on the exhale, thread the needle. Right fingertips reach underneath your left tricep, but just reach your right fingertips towards the left to start. Inhale, right fingertips to the sky. Exhale, thread the needle. Reach your right fingertips underneath your left shoulder. Last one. Inhale, we open. And then exhale, thread the needle. This time let your right ear, your right temple, your right shoulder come all the way down to the ground. You're still in your box pose with your legs. And then your left arm reaches forward. Maybe you wrap your left arm around the small of your back in a half bind. There's no pain. It might be a little tight. Might be just a little bit uncomfortable, but be Breathe gentle and breathe. Then you take a soft release of your left arm back to the sky, left palm to the earth. On your inhale, float your right arm up to the sky. On the exhale, take your right fingertips towards the top of your mat. And then a few circles in both directions. Get into your rotator cuff. And then you swim opposite direction. And then your right hand comes down. And then you inhale, float your left arm up to the sky. Let's just go ahead and take the second side. Exhale, left arm weaves underneath the right, but just reach your left fingertips towards the right to start. Getting into the spinal movements a little bit. Inhale, lift. Exhale, thread the needle. Inhale to lift. This is your third one. Exhale, come all the way through. Bend into your right elbow so that you can bring your left ear, your left temple, your shoulder to the ground. Now you could stay right here. Your right arm can reach forward. You could also wrap your right forearm around the small of your back. Fingertips to your left hip crease. So you're breathing into this space in your upper back, right? So as you open up, you kind of feel it might tighten a little bit. And then you exhale, kind of let it go. And then you inhale, float your right fingertips back up to the sky. Right hand to the earth just in front of your face. Left arm reaches up to the sky. Take another inhale. And then left fingertips towards the top of your mat as you exhale. And then swim your left arm around. Take some circles, get into your shoulder, your chest. Go in the opposite direction. And then let your left hand come down to the ground. All right, so from box pose, inhale, extend your right leg back behind you. This is a 3-point balance. On the exhale, pull your belly back up and dial your right pinky toe down. So you're going to feel your right thigh kind of drawing in towards your left inner thigh. Use your inhale to really press your right heel back so you feel your glute and your hamstring engage. You notice what's lifting you. And then as you exhale, step your right foot outside of your right hand. Slide your left knee slightly back so you're in a low lizard lunge, right? Pull your heart forward. Just take a moment here. And then maybe you kind of roll to the outer edge of your right foot. We're not staying here super long, so it's just enough to open up your hips and kind of get into that low pelvic area, the fascia there, right? All of your tissues and whatnot. And then slowly come back to center and then heel toe your right foot towards the center of your mat. Now you want your right knee to track the heel or the ankle. And as you inhale, reach your arms up overhead. This is your supported crescent lunge. Good. On the exhale, settle in just a little bit deeper. Now you're pulling your belly in and up, shoulders down. Floating ribs come together. On the inhale, reach your fingertips up just a little bit higher. And then on the exhale, open arm twist to the right. So your left fingertips reach forward and your right fingertips reach back. Stay here for a breath. You could always stay right here. Or you can take your right hand to your low back and lift your left arm up to the sky. Feel the opening of your left side psoas. Continue to pull the pit of your belly in and up so you're supporting your lumbar spine. Take one more inhale. On the exhale, left hand down to the inner arch of your right foot and let your right arm reach up to the sky. Gaze follows your left fingertips if that feels okay to you. Now we're going to take a few fluid movements here. So inhale, reach your right fingertips higher. On the exhale, right hand down, frame your front foot and shift your hips back, straighten your right leg. Good. 2 more times just like that. Inhale, walk yourself forward. Left hand down, right arm reaches to the sky. Exhale, right hand down, shift your hips back, straighten your right leg and flex your right toes. Inhale to come forward, left hand down, right arm high. And then exhale, right hand down. Shift yourself back, this time holding your half split. So your right leg straightens, flex your toes back towards your shin. On the inhale, lift your chest, kind of pull your heart forward. As you exhale, navel towards your right thigh bone. Some of you extending your tailbone towards the back of your mat. Think broad collarbone, so rather than rounding over your right knee, pull your chest forward. Good. Now stay right here or take an inhale. Drop your left hand to the outside of your right leg as you exhale, just getting a little bit of extra sensation to the outside of your right leg, so around your IT band. Slowly let your left hand come back over. As you inhale, walk this forward. On the exhale, just bring your right knee back to your box pose. Stack your shoulders, elbows, wrists, knees underneath your hips. Inhale, take a soft belly down, lift your chin, lift your tail. On the exhale, arch your upper back, dome out your shoulder blades, right? Really get that action to deepen for you. And then as you inhale, find your neutral spine. Exhale, press your left heel back, lift it up to about hip height. Take an inhale, pull your belly in and up, and then firm up your entire left leg as you exhale. So the inhale, you really press through your left heel. And then as you exhale, left foot to the outside of your left hand, slide your right knee slightly back. So I really like to note here that your left knee tracks your heel or your ankle, but there is a diagonal from your right hip, thigh to knee so that you open up through the front side of your right leg, right? And then your hands are down to the inside of your left foot. Just taking those first few kind of movements to open up through the bottom part of your body. You could roll to the outer edge of your left foot if you need it, but make sure it doesn't create pain at this point. So I was talking to one of my friends the other day, my friend Maggie, personal trainer, and we were talking about how in yoga, I say that a lot, like there's no pain, and how it's different from other types of exercise where sometimes there is some moving through high levels of discomfort or pain to get to where you're going. So it's okay to make that distinction in your physical practices, right? It's all good. Let your left foot come back down to the ground and heel toe your left foot over. So now you're framing your front foot. Good. Take your time, root your foot down, and then inhale, float your arms up overhead. Glance down. You still want your left knee to make a 90-degree angle. Pit of your belly draws in and up. Now as you inhale, reach your fingertips higher. On the exhale, open arm twist to the left. Right fingertips forward, left fingertips back. And then notice what happens with your left inner thigh. You need to fire that up and draw your left knee in. You could stay right here. Or left hand to your low back, right arm reaches up to the sky. Did you back off of your left knee though, right? So try to keep your left knee bent. So really get into your right side psoas. Take an inhale, lift a little bit higher. And then as you exhale, right hand comes down, left arm reaches up to the sky. Stack your shoulders. Gaze follows your left fingertips if you can. So your right hand is down. Gonna get some fluid movement here, right? So take your inhale, lift your left fingertips. On the exhale, left hand down. Shift your hips back, straighten your left leg, and flex your toes back towards your shin. You're gonna take that 2 more times, and then we hold on the last one. Inhale, walk yourself forward. Right hand down, left arm reaching. Exhale, left hand down. Shift yourself back and straighten your left leg. Inhale, walk yourself forward. Right hand down, left arm reaching. Exhale, left hand down. Hip shift back, straighten your left leg and hold. So your hips are over your right knee. And then you're pulling your right hip very slightly forward and the left hip very slightly back so that they'll kind of even out like headlights towards the top of your mat. I like to inhale, lift my chest, pull the heart forward. Exhale, navel towards the left thigh bone and go a little bit deeper. You choose what you need to do, right? If I could see you, I would probably give you a little bit more direct and specific feedback. Now as you inhale, walk this back forward. Curl up your back toes, lift your back knee this time. And then exhale, big step, right foot to the top of your mat, forward fold. Now you can heel toe your feet out to about hip width distance apart. On the inhale, take a halfway lift, crown of your head forward, tailbone back. You could even bring your fingertips to your shins to really work this and pull your belly in and up. Not necessarily to make it harder, but to make it feel better. And then as you exhale, chest to your thighs, let the head hang down. 2 more times just like that. Inhale, flat back. So think of a tabletop with your spine. And then exhale, chest to your thighs, let it go. Last one, inhale. Make sure you're pulling the belly in and up. It's easy to let it hang down here. And then exhale, chest to your thighs, grab opposite elbows, and just kind of hang here for a moment. You can sway side to side. Nice. And then let your fingertips straight back down to the ground. Halfway lift on the inhale. Heel toe your feet together, chest to your thighs as you exhale. And then root to rise on the inhale. Come all the way to standing. And then stay right here for your exhale. Now reach your fingertips higher as you inhale. And then your right hand comes down to the side body, left arm reaches up and over as you exhale. So really focus on this left side. As you reach with your left fingertips, your bottom floating ribs are lifting up and away from the top of your hip. Create some space there. If you feel it in your low back, take the top of your pubic bone and draw it slightly upward so you can lengthen your spine. And on the inhale, both arms high. You could also have a bend to your knees. On the exhale, left hand slides down your left leg. Right arm reaches up and over. You stay for a couple of breaths here. Right? Relax your right shoulder from your ear. Maybe you gaze underneath your right tricep. Now really reach with your right fingertips. And then inhale, reach both arms high. Exhale, elbows back and down. Lift your chest. Stay here for a moment. And then let your hands come down at the small of your back and interlace your fingers. On the inhale, puff up your chest. Look up. As you exhale, bend your knees. Let your chest and your thighs connect as your fist works its way up and off of your low back. Let your head hang down, y'all. And then your hands come down to the earth. Halfway lift on your inhale. And then hands down. Step yourself back as you exhale. So you're in a high plank, but I'm going to have you come all the way down to your knees because this is your gentle flow. Now here, broaden your collarbones. Take an inhale. And then just soften, I say that right, like just soften down all the way to your belly as you exhale. That doesn't mean it's going to be easy. And then your forehead comes down to the mat. Toenails flat to the earth. So slide your hands back just a little bit and then point your elbows up and back. So you don't want your elbows coming out to the side. Inhale, lift your chest. Try to press your feet down into the mat. Use your spinal muscles. And then exhale, chest back down to the ground. Slide your hands back just a little bit more. Really try to pull your elbows up and back so that they're not coming out to the side. Shoulders are back. And then inhale, lift your chest again. Maybe you float your hands, right? So you're really using your spinal muscles here, not the upper body and your arm strength. Forehead comes down. Last one. Feel free to stay with your cobra pose, which is the one we've been doing. If you want upward facing dog, hands to the ground. Inhale, I use my toes, pull my heart forward, and then lift. And then as you exhale, bring your hips back towards your heels. And find your child's pose. The fingertips reach forward. And then you roll your forehead from side to side. Good. And then gently come back to center. On your inhale, press up into your box pose. And then as you exhale, curl up your toes, lift your hips up and back, find downward facing dog. Hips high, chest in towards the thighs. So We're about 30 minutes, almost 30 minutes into our practice, and this is the first kind of down dog that we've hit, right? So notice how it feels. Those of you who practice pretty consistently, notice how it might be different than whenever we hit down dog earlier in practice, right? Like straight from the beginning. Nice, y'all. Now take a soft bend to your knees as you inhale, look forward. And then on your exhale, as many steps as you need, take your feet to your hands. Halfway lift on the inhale. Chest to your thighs as you exhale. Come all the way to standing as you inhale. And then bring your hands down to heart center as you exhale. So I'm going to talk you through this real quick. So what we're going to do is like a slow flow standing, and then we're going to take it just one time through breath to movement, not for you to move fast. It's not a power flow or anything like that. It is meant for the fluidity of the body to increase as you begin to move, connecting everything to your breath, which means your breath is going to get a little bit longer, right? So it's not meant for you to be like cardioing through it. It's meant for you to almost feel like you move into this moving meditation, for lack of a better word, where the body is just going with you, right? And you're breathing. So we'll take it nice and gentle anyway, but we're going to start from standing instead of downward facing dog. So root down into the four corners of your right foot. On the inhale, step your left foot back to a crescent lunge, bend your right knee. So you're on the ball of your left foot. Now this first round, I'm going to talk you through everything. Reach your arms up overhead. You could seal the palms together, or your hands can be separated, whatever your shoulders can support. Stay on the ball mound of your back foot. So we did this on the back knee earlier. So you've been here before, just a little bit different. Take an inhale. Reach your fingertips just a little bit higher. Good. On the exhale, open arm twist to the right. Take your left fingertips forward, your right fingertips back. Good. Open up your chest. Watch your right knee. Pull the pit of your belly in and up. Inhale, take your left arm up to the sky. Your right hand to the small of your back. Just lift here for one breath. We're not going to stay very long. So you inhale, the left fingertip is reaching up and over. And then exhale, take your left hand down and reach your right arm up to the sky. Nice and slow. Gaze follows your right fingertips. So still stacking your right knee over your heel. Gaze follows the right fingertips. Take an inhale. On the exhale, bring your right hand down to the outside of your right foot and straighten both legs. This is a great place to have a couple of blocks on either side of your foot. So this is your pyramid pose. Inhale, lift your chest. Pull your heart forward. Let your right hip pull back. And then as you exhale, melt your chest down towards your thigh. Good. Now on the inhale, bend back into your right knee and slide your left foot back. Take your time to bring your shoulders up over your hips and your arms up overhead. On the exhale, left heel goes flat and you open up to Warrior Two to the left side, but your right knee is the bent knee. Warrior Two, right side. Gaze over your right fingertips. Relax your shoulders back and down. Good. Check out the feet. So if you already have the flexibility piece here and you no longer feel the deep stretch in the inner thighs and the groin, you're kind of pulling everything back towards the center rather than stretching it out, right? On your inhale, flip your right palm, reverse your warrior. Reach your right fingertips up and back. Now as you exhale, straighten your right leg so you get a reverse triangle and you get kind of out of your right hip for a second. Nice, y'all. On the inhale, reach your right fingertips back a little bit more. On the exhale, stack your shoulders over your hips. Open your arms out to a T again. Gaze to your right fingertips. Bump your left hip back. Reach your right hand forward and then let your right hand come down to your right shin as your left arm reaches up to the sky. Open your collarbones, triangle pose. Take your gaze to your left fingertips. And breathe. Your right hand could be on your shin, on a block to the inside of your right foot. Some of you, it might be down on the ground. I don't know, right? Pay attention to the sensations that are getting created in your body and honor that. Now on the inhale, re-bend your right knee and take your gaze to your right fingertips. As you exhale, windmill your hands down. Frame your front foot with your hands and parallel your back toes. And then it's a big step forward to forward fold at the top of your mat. Inhale to your halfway lift. Crown forward, tailbone back, belly up. Exhale, chest to your thighs. Let the crown of your head hang down. Inhale, root to rise. Come all the way up to standing. And then exhale, bring your hands down to heart center. So we're going to take that same flow on the left side, slowly still, so you know what we're doing. So root down into the four corners of your left foot. Step your right foot back as you inhale. Bend your left knee. Reach your arms up overhead. And you're on the ball of your back foot. Pull the pit of your belly in and up. Relax your shoulders. Now as you inhale, reach your fingertips just a little bit higher. And the exhale, open arm twist to the left. So your right fingertips go forward, your left fingertips go back. Open your chest. Pit of the belly pulls in. Stay right here if you choose. Otherwise, inhale, left hand to the small of your back, right arm up to the sky. So you're stretching through your right hip. Lift your chest. Good. Take one more inhale. Right hand to the inner arch of your left foot as you exhale. And then taking your time. You might lengthen your stance here. Left arm reaches up to the sky as you inhale. Stack your shoulders. Maybe your gaze follows your left hand. Take one more inhale, left arm reaching. Exhale, left hand down to the outside of your left foot, and then straighten your left leg. And find pyramid pose. Hips lift up and back. Press down into the big toe ball mound of your left foot. Feel the sensation at the base of your calf muscle. Inhale, lift your chest, pull your heart forward. Hands on blocks are great. Exhale, navel to your left thigh. Good, and let your left hip pull back, right hip forward. Now on the inhale, bend back into your left knee. Maybe you move your right hip back so you get a longer stance. Take your time. Shoulders over hips, arms overhead. Exhale, right heel goes flat. Open this up to the right. Left side warrior two. So when you open to the right side of your mat, your left knee is bending and you're opening to the right. So left knee bent, gaze to your left fingertips. Right foot is flat. Press down into the outer edge of your right foot and angle your toes slightly inward. Left knee and toes are at 12 o'clock. And on your inhale, flip your left palm. Reverse your warrior. And then as you exhale, straighten your left leg. And keep your left fingertips reaching towards the back of your mat. Relax your left shoulder down. Good, y'all. Take an inhale. Reach a little bit more with the left hand. On the exhale, stack your shoulders over your hips, arms out to a T. Bump your right hip back. Reach your left fingertips forward and then down. And I'm going to shorten my stance on this side. Left hand down, right arm to the sky. And then take your gaze to your right fingertips. If that feels okay in your neck, if it doesn't, just look to the right side of your mat or look down towards your left foot. Now as you inhale, bend back into your left knee, arms out to a T, gaze forward. Exhale, windmill your hands down, frame your front foot, parallel your back toes. Now it's a big step forward, right foot meets the left, top of your mat, forward fold. Halfway lift as you inhale. Chest back down to the thighs as you exhale. Come all the way to standing on your inhale. And then hands down to heart center as you exhale. So we'll take right side, left side, breath to movement one time through. But feel free to take breaks. Feel free, it's going to be fine, right? But just so that you move a little bit more, find a little bit more movement in the body today. Root down into the four corners of your right foot. Inhale, step your left foot back, bend your right knee, crescent lunge, arms up overhead. On the exhale, open arm twist to the right. Right fingertips back, left fingertips forward. Inhale, right hand to your low back, left hand reaches high. Exhale, left hand to the ground, inner arch of your right foot, and your right arm reaches to the sky. Stay for an inhale, and then exhale, right hand down, straighten your right leg, and let your chest melt over your right thigh. Inhale, bend back into your right knee, and reach your arms up overhead for your crescent lunge. Exhale, left heel flat, open this up, warrior two, right side, gaze to your right fingertips. Inhale, reverse your warrior and straighten your right leg at the same time. And then exhale, stack your shoulders and then reach your right fingertips forward and down, left arm up to the sky. Triangle pose. Inhale, bend your right knee, gaze to the top of your mat. Exhale, windmill your hands down, parallel your back toes, step yourself forward, chest to your thighs, crown of the head down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chest to your thighs. Inhale to come all the way up to standing. Reach your arms up, look up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Lift your chest. Nice, y'all. Take a break real quick. And then the left side. Root down into the four corners of your left foot. Inhale, step your right foot back and bend your left knee. Arms up overhead. Exhale, open arm twist to the left. Right fingertips forward, left fingertips back. Inhale, left hand to your low back. Right arm reaches up to the sky. Exhale, right hand to the inner arch of your left foot. And left arm reaches up to the sky. Stay for your inhale. Exhale, left hand down. Straighten your left leg. Find your pyramid pose. Inhale to your crescent lunge. Bend your left knee, ball of your right foot, arms up overhead. Exhale, right heel flat. Open this up, warrior two. Gaze to your left fingertips. Inhale, flip your left palm. Reverse your warrior. Straighten your left leg as you go. And then exhale, stack your shoulders over hips. Arms reach. Left hand forward and down. Right arm to the sky. Triangle pose. Inhale, bend your left knee, gaze to the fingertips. Exhale, windmill the hands down. Parallel your back toes. Big step to the top of your mat, forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Chest to your thighs, exhale. All the way to standing, inhale. Hands to your heart, exhale. Good, y'all. Root down into the four corners of your left foot, and I'll face the camera so that you can see. I will tell y'all, my daughter, she chose three poses for y'all today. One of them is tree pose. So here we are. Root down into the four corners of your left foot. And then let your right foot come in towards the left ankle, calf. You must skip your left knee joint. So it can be above or below, but no weight is pressing into your knee joint. Or you can bring your right foot all the way up and towards your inner thigh. Pull the pit of your belly in. Relax your shoulders back and down. Let your right hip drop down. Hands come to heart center. Lift your chest and pull your belly in. Good, y'all. Arms can do whatever you want. And then softly release your right foot down and shake it out. Now you're going to root down into the four corners of your right foot and bring your left foot in towards your right ankle, your calf, or your inner thigh. Hands to heart center, lift your chest. And then when you're ready, the arms can do whatever you like. Breathe. Really feel your left foot pressing into your right inner thigh. Notice that connection. Take an inhale. And release it all out as you exhale. Nicely done, y'all. On the inhale, reach your arms out and up. And then you exhale, forward fold. Hinge at the hips, chest to your thighs. Inhale to your halfway lift. Exhale, hands come down. Step yourself back and then come down to your knees and all the way down to your belly. Nice, y'all. All right, so bring your toes down. And then let your elbows and your forearms come down to the ground. So coming into Sphinx pose. So your elbows are directly underneath your shoulders. And then your wrists are right in front of your elbows. So you want to create a number 11 with your arms. And then spread your fingers wide. And then slowly kind of pull your hips towards your elbows. If you feel this in your low back, try to lengthen your lumbar spine. And think navel in towards the spine as the pubic bone draws up towards the navel. Broad collarbone. Breathe in. Know that you're breathing in. And breathe out. Know that you're breathing out. Take one more inhale right here. And then slowly, elbows out to the side edges of your mat. Let your forehead come down as you exhale. Your hands can come down by the hips, palms face down. And you can bend your knees and windshield wiper your feet from side to side. Release out of your low back. Now coming into something a little bit different. We've done it before, but feet down to the ground. Now bring your hands back underneath your shoulders. Draw your left knee up to where it's like a half frog pose, I guess. But your left ankle is underneath your left knee. Like it's making a straight line from your ankle, your shin, your knee. And then your knee is in alignment with your left hip and your thigh bone. Now, you could stay right here, right? Some people sleep like this, so you might even be like, I don't feel anything at all. So if you want, you could come back to your Sphinx pose, bring your hands back down to the ground, forearms down to the earth, and do like half frog Sphinx pose. Just notice the subtle differences that it creates in your body. Shoulders back and down. Breathe. Take one more inhale. And then slowly bring your chest down first. As you exhale, arms come back down by the side body, and then straighten your left leg back out so your left foot meets the right. And then kind of shake your hips side to side. Release that out. And then maybe turn your opposite ear to the ground. Bring your hands back underneath your shoulders, and then draw your right knee up into alignment with your right hip, your right thigh. Your ankle is just below the knee, so there's a straight line from knee to shin to ankle. And you stay right here unless you feel nothing whatsoever, in which case you might come into your Sphinx pose and right side half pigeon, right side half frog, excuse me. Pull your heart forward. Pull the pit of your belly in and up. Now some people slide a block underneath the right knee to intensify what's happening in the front of the right hip. I'm not going to do that today. Just because you might not have a block or whatever, but just know that that's an option when you're doing these kinds of practices. You can find ways to intensify what's happening. You just want to be gentle and go slowly. One more inhale right where you are. Relax your face. On the exhale, let your chest come back down to the ground. Take your time. Right leg re-extends straight and long. Now bring your hands underneath your shoulders, palms face down. Wiggle your hips out side to side. Take an inhale, lift your chest. Maybe it's cobra, maybe it's up dog. Exhale. This time with your knees and your inner thighs touching. Press your chest back to your child's pose, hips towards your heels. But this is your traditional variation to kind of counter the back bending you just did. Now if something else is better for you, do it. That's okay. And then as you inhale, press up into your box pose. Exhale, pull the belly up. Now inhale, you've been here before. Right leg extends long behind you. And then exhale, right knee to your right wrist and kind of slide your right ankle in the direction of your left wrist, and left leg extends long behind you. So this is your half pigeon. Now your right shin can go up to parallel with the top of your mat. It's not necessary. If you feel pain in your right knee joint, make sure the right foot is slightly flexed. And you could also bring your right heel towards your pelvis as much as you need to. There should be no sensation in the right knee. Not in the knee joint, not in the kneecap. On the inhale, lift your chest. Pull your heart forward. On the exhale, melt your chest over your thigh, over your shin. And maybe you come all the way down. If you have a bolster or something like that, you could bring that here. Kind of drape your chest on it. You could also use your block here and take your forehead down to your block, right? You're here for a full minute. So allow yourself to release into this posture. Relax your eyebrow. Relax your jaw. Notice any sensations kind of creeping into the body or places where you might have started tensing up or kind of bracing yourself, you know? And see if you can actively release that sensation. Sometimes it takes focusing on that area of the body and breathing. And then slide your hands back underneath your shoulders. Lift your chest. And then curl up your back toes. Kind of lift your right hip, your right knee. Coming back through your box pose. But maybe you circle out your right hip. So you're drawing circles with the knee, but to bring circulation back to the hip. And then box pose. Inhale, extend your left leg long. Exhale, left knee to your left wrist. Left foot towards the right wrist. Slide your right leg long. And then imagine your right hip pointing down towards the ground. Take that soft flex to your left foot, or as deep or whatever it is you need, right? And then pull your heart forward. That's your inhale. Melt yourself down on the exhale. And breathe. If you notice you start sinking, I want you to focus on your breath. Maybe you kind of go back into your Samavriti Pranayama if you lost it. Inhale for 4 counts. Exhale for 4 counts. And bring your hands back underneath your shoulders. Inhale, lift your chest. Curl up your back toes. And then as you exhale, press back into box pose. And you could lift your left knee and kind of circle out your hip. Good. Now cross your feet at the ankles. Sit back on your heels or just turn your feet out to one side, hips to the other so you can sit down. Extend your legs long in front of you. On the inhale, reach your arms out and up. Now bend your knees. Exhale, chest to your thighs. Relax your shoulders. Taking one quick seated forward fold. And then slowly come back up. Take your time. And then as you exhale, come all the way down onto your backs. If you're using the Sage Spotify playlist, go ahead and switch it to the last song, Satanam. And then come all the way to your back. Draw the soles of your feet together. Your heels coming towards your sits bones as your knees fall comfortably open. So you're in Supta Baddha Konasana, your supine butterfly pose. Hands come down by the side bodies. On your inhale, press your feet down and lift your hips for a cobbler's bridge. So butterfly legs with the hips lift up and off of the ground just for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hips down. Stay there for a moment. And then draw your knees up like the pages of a book. And bring your knees in towards your thighs. Your knees in towards your thighs in towards your chest. Rock side to side for a moment. And then knees to the right, gaze to the left. Taking a little counter for your back bend. Try to allow both shoulders to stay heavy. Inhale, come back through center. Exhale, the knees soften to the left. Your gaze turns to the right. Both shoulders heavy if you can. Inhale, come back through center. Hug your knees in towards your chest. Wrap your arms around your shin, around your forehead up to your knees. Take one more inhale. Then open up to Shavasana as you exhale. Extend your legs forward. Your feet can hang comfortably open. Your arms down by the side body. Allow for your shoulder blades to draw slightly towards one another so that your heart lifts just naturally a little bit higher. I invite you to close down your eyes and rest. what you need is to be here a little bit longer, please just tune me out and stay. Otherwise, begin to deepen your breath, to wiggle your fingers and your toes. And on the inhale, arms up overhead for that full body stretch. And then exhale, hug your knees in towards your chest. And take your time, roll to the side of your choosing or rock forward and find Sukhasana, your comfortable cross-legged sit, right where you are. Shoulders back and down, lift your heart. Take a deep inhale. Seal your palms together in Anjali Mudra at heart center as you exhale. So we take that final moment to be grateful for our bodies and what they do for us today, to be hopeful for tomorrow, to keep taking care of ourselves. Self-care is part of the revolution, right? So be gentle with yourself, be kind, be well, and keep showing up to your mat. Keep showing up. Thank you so much. Namaste.